Hey folks, it is Lee from the Upper Darby Township Library here with you today for our April Teen Craft Center project. So today we're going to do something super simple, but I think it's going to turn out super cute and super useful. So we are doing duct tape zippered pouches. And if you've got a kit, you can get, if you haven't gotten a kit yet, you can get them from either the Sellers branch or the Primos branch of the Upper Darby Township Library. If you've got one already, then you know that what you have is a gallon size plastic bag with a zipper, zip top, and 2 rolls of duct tape. All right. And you've got one that's like a fun pattern and one that's a more like solid or just sparkly or polka dots or something like that to be sort of your accent. So the way that I'm envisioning this is that we'll do, like, for most of you who have a kit anyway, you'll do like the fun pattern that's like the bulk of your pouch, and then you'll do your more solid or whatever around the edges to sort of seal up the edges. I'm going to do it opposite of that, partially because that's just what I've got in terms of the duct tape that I've got. I've got this fun tie-dye one, but it's like at the end of the roll, so I don't think it's going to last for the whole pouch. And also just like this is polka dot, and why not have a polka dot pouch? That sounds fun. So anyway, so I'm going to do it opposite. You do you, whatever you want to do, right? If you want to do your like solid color with the fun edge, do that. Why not? But you should, if you got a kit, you should have enough duct tape to do the whole thing in the fun pattern if you want to. Go for it, whatever. So, like I said, this is super simple. So here we go. First, what you're gonna do is decide what you want this pouch to be for, right? If you want it to be for your like 5 most favorite pencils, then maybe you wanna make it really small, and that's fine. If you wanna make it for like a tablet or a Kindle or something, then you want to make it a little bit bigger, right? You want to make it the right size. And what you want to do in that case is grab your object, right? Or if you have any other specific things that you want to make this pouch for, right? Like maybe you want to replace an old boring pouch that carries your art supplies or school supplies or whatever, right? I don't care what, you know, your like purse that you keep in your bag with all of your personal toiletries, whatever you want, right? But make sure that you're making it the right size for what you want it to be for, right? That you're especially not making it too small to fit the things that you want to fit in there. So you want to take a minute, grab what you want to measure it against. If you're just sort of freewheeling it and you're like, this is going to be for my school supplies, you know, whatever, then, you know, go for it and sort of eyeball how big you think it wants to be and go for it. So what we're gonna do once we figure out how big we want it to be is we're gonna cut the bottom of the pouch off, okay? We want to retain the zipper top because that's the zipper top of your pouch. And it doesn't matter that you're gonna have an empty seam down here because we're gonna seal that up with duct tape. All right, so I'm gonna make mine about yay big because I think it's gonna be for like our house's like drawing supplies. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you wanna make a relatively straight line, right? Again, we can fix these problems with duct tape as we go, but you wanna have a relatively straight line. If you have a ruler or straight edge that you wanna use, this is a great time for that. The only thing that was not included in your kit is scissors, so grab some of those. And we're gonna start cutting, or at least I am. So I'm just gonna cut across here. I'm actually gonna fold this guy in half-ish, just so I can make, as I said, a relatively straight line. Okay, and I'm just gonna use that to cut. Fantastic. All right, great. So that's what I've got. And this, I mean, if you want to make it like an open pouch with this when you're done, go for it. You will probably have extra duct tape, I imagine. But this is not needed for our pouch that we're making today. So I'm going to set that aside for trash. So like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my fun polka dots for the body of my pouch. So what you wanna do is start at the top, okay? And I might cut that little bit off. I'm gonna start on this side and see how I feel about it, but I might cut like this little tab off because I don't think I'm gonna need it when I'm done. But I'll leave it for now. We'll see at the end. So, but I'm gonna start on the other side, and you're gonna start at the top so that it covers up all of the plastic, okay? So let me get my roll started. There's the edge, okay. Okay, there we go. And it doesn't matter if you have sort of messy ends. Okay, we're gonna trim them. That's gonna be fine. Don't worry. All right, and then cut it at the end. All right, and so I'm just gonna do that all the way down. Sorry, you can't see that at all. I'm gonna do that all the way down until I have this side covered. And then I'm gonna turn it over and do the other side. And then after that, we're gonna trim the edges and then we'll do our border. So here we go. And I think I'm gonna overlap this a little bit. So again, you don't have to like fold it over the edge because we're just gonna trim up the side and it's gonna be fine. And that way there's like less edges that you have to match up at the end. So far, that looks like this. Pretty cute. And then I'm gonna flip it over. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is sort of trim up the edges. And again, you don't wanna you don't have to be super duper worried about the edges. Like if you nick the edge in here and like break a seam, it's no big deal. We're gonna fix it because we're gonna go around it with the border anyway. You know, but try to keep your bag intact along the edges if you can. But just sort of trim it up so you have a nice neat edge, right? So I'm gonna do that. All right. One edge looking better already. This side is pretty close to the bag, but I'll just trim it up a bit to get rid of some of these stray edges. Alrighty. So now I look like that. And then I'm just going to trim up the bottom a bit. Have a nice even line. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. Pretty cute. And so that we can see, it opens up. It looks like that on the inside. All right. And so now I'm just gonna do my border and then I'm done. So I'm gonna use my fun tie-dye because why not? And you can do a couple of different things here. You can use use the entire width of this and have kind of a fatter border along the edges, which is totally fine and up to you. Or you can cut it lengthwise so that it's not as fat, so that it's thinner, so you don't have as much of a border. Again, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to go with a nice fat border because, again, why not? But totally up to you. So, cut that. You just want to do like half of it on one side. Turn it over. That is not even. Let's try that again. Good enough. Excellent. And then flip it over and fold. Awesome. Okay. And again, don't worry about this edge, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the two ends, and then I'm going to trim them, and then I'm going to do the bottom, and we're going to be done. All right. So I'll go ahead and trim this. All right. Okay. All right. And ta-da! And fold it over. Okay. I'm gonna trim that bit. All right. And now I'm gonna do my bottom seam, and then I'm done. And it's cute. Right? All right. Over, fold it, all right, and I'm gonna, this end is fine, and I'm gonna trim this a bit, and we're all good. All right, so here's my finished product. I think it's cute. I like it. Let's see, I have a little bit of overlap up here that I'm just gonna sort of fold down. I might, you know what, I might trim it. So it's not like sticky and getting gross on the top. So what I'm going to do is actually just trim all the way across, and I am going to cut off this like tab up here, so that it's like a neater look across the top. So I'm going to try to get a pretty straight line again. All right, so there we go. I cut off sort of top of it so that it won't be sticky at top. All right, so there we have it. All done. I think it's cute. And on the inside, it feels pretty sturdy because, again, it's got like a duct tape seam at the bottom. And we're all done. You have your duct tape pouch with a zippered top. I hope you enjoyed this craft. I hope you get to make lots of them. Enjoy, and I hope you're enjoying this lovely spring weather. And have a great rest of your April, and I'll see you back next month. Bye!